Hi, I'm Emily from Shenandoah Wellness, and here in Virginia it's mid-March and it definitely feels like spring is here despite a little snow we got a couple days ago. The weather is back up in the 60s and I'm getting ready to do some planting, and I just wanted to show the simple way that I plant a lot of my seeds, particularly greens. This is a great time of year because I'm able to plant kale and spinach and arugula, and soon it'll be warm enough even for lettuce. And the tool that I really love using, this is a 3-tine cultivator, and in a bed like this where the weeds have already been pulled and it's a fairly fluffy soil, this is just a great way to fluff it up and get a nice seed bed ready for the seeds that we're about to throw down. So I'm just going to scratch it up. So once it's all roughed up, I have my seeds. I just put a mix of kale and spinach, and I like broadcasting them. I've done it before where I plant them in rows and try to space the seeds perfectly, and a lot of times the germination just doesn't end up being as successful, and this way, if you do have too many seeds and the plants are close together, you can just thin them out and feed them to the chickens or rabbits, or eat them yourself. So once we've spread the seeds, I'm going to get the 3-tine again. You could also do this part with a rake, and I'm just going to rough it up. I'm not running it through with long strokes, but I want the seeds to drop under the top layer of soil. As you can see, most of the seeds are no longer visible, and this will end up doing quite nicely. Now we're going to just go over to this other bed where I'm doing the same thing, but I'm planting some arugula, which arugula is also known as rocket, and it's a very spicy, fast-growing green. It's nice because it germinates in just a matter of days and grows quickly. Of course, this means it reaches maturity fairly soon, and if you don't harvest it quick enough, it can get tough and very spicy and powerful. So it's good to pick it young while it's tender. I've also found that if any of your arugula plants get too old and tough, you can cut them down a little bit above ground level, and they'll send up new shoots that are tender again. So I have another bed here. And this, with arugula, I plant just a small area at a time because it grows so quickly. I just make sure I space it out so I always have young, fresh arugula. So I'm just going to do a small portion of this bed and just going to broadcast the seeds. And then with 3-tine, we're going to just work them in. The nice thing about planting this time of year is the soil tends to stay pretty damp. With the temperatures not being too hot, the beds don't dry out, and we tend to get pretty reliable rainfall. However, if you live in a drier or hotter climate, you're going to definitely want to water more often. And all of these crops, if you live in a hotter climate, you're going to probably want to plant in the shade just to prolong their growing season. Because even here in Virginia, by about May or June, they really reach the end of their spring planting season, and then we have to wait and do another fall planting season. Good luck, and thanks a lot.